Since Siya Kolisi lifted back-to-back Rugby World Cups, one big question remains. Who should lead the Springboks into the next era? With the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia on the horizon, and the next generation stepping up, let's take a closer look at the possible future captains of the Springboks. From experienced leaders like Handré Pollard and Eben Etzebeth, to rising stars like Ruan Nortje and Damian Willemse. Let's break down each contender and decide who should wear the green and gold armband next. Siya Kolisi will be 36 by the time the next Rugby World Cup arrives. That raises a big question for Rassie Erasmus. Should he stick with Kolisi's proven leadership, or begin grooming a new captain now? Jesse Kriel has already captained the Springboks before and could fill that role if needed, while Eben Etzebeth remains one of the team's natural leaders. But for many, keeping Kolisi until 2027, with strong vice-captains beside him, might be the perfect balance between experience and transition. Behind every successful captain stands a trusted group of leaders. Eben Etzebeth brings unmatched physical presence and authority. Jesse Kriel adds calmness and composure, having led the Boks before. Ruan Nortje represents the future, intelligent, reliable, and already a proven leader at the Bulls. And Damian Willemse adds energy and vision from the backline, the kind of modern, fearless leadership South Africa will need moving forward. Together, they form a balanced leadership group ready to support Kolisi and carry the Springboks into 2027. With Siya Kolisi likely stepping down after the 2027 Rugby World Cup, the Springboks will need to hand over the armband to the next generation. This is the moment to think about long-term leadership, the player who can guide the team not just through one tournament, but into the next World Cup cycle and beyond. Let's take a look at the top candidates who could lead South Africa into the next era of Springbok rugby. Nche is one of the most passionate and energetic forwards in the Springbok squad. He connects deeply with teammates and fans alike, bringing a spark whenever he steps onto the field. However, while his leadership by example is inspiring, he still lacks the consistent international experience required to captain South Africa for a full World Cup cycle. For now, Ox is a strong candidate for vice-captaincy or leadership support, but not the long-term armband. Jan-Hendrik Wessels is a talented and versatile forward, capable of playing multiple roles in the pack. His physical presence and natural competitiveness make him a potential leader down the line. However, at this stage of his international career, he still needs time to mature and gain experience before taking on the responsibility of the Springbok armband. For now, he's a promising vice-captain or leadership candidate for the long-term future. Ruan Nortje stands out as the perfect long-term leadership option for the Springboks. He has already captained the Bulls with success, showing intelligence, composure, and the ability to inspire his teammates. Versatile in the pack, he can play both lock and flank, giving the team flexibility. Most importantly, he's still young enough to lead South Africa not just through the 2027 World Cup, but potentially all the way to 2031. For many, Ruan Nortje is the future of Springbok captaincy. Eben Etzebeth is a powerhouse and one of the most respected leaders in the Springbok squad. His experience and passion on the field make him an excellent short-term captain or vice-captain. However, 2027 may be his last World Cup, as he'll be 36 by then. This makes him less suitable as a long-term captain. For now, Etzebeth provides stability, authority, and mentorship to the younger leadership group. Salmaan Moerat has already proven himself as a captain at the Stormers, showing composure, communication skills, and strong decision-making. He brings balance and calmness to the team, qualities every captain needs. His long-term leadership potential is high, though he must maintain consistent starting form with the Springboks. If he continues to develop, Moerat could be a key figure in the post-2027 leadership structure. Pieter-Steph du Toit is a true inspirational figure on the field. His work ethic and commitment set the standard for his teammates, and he naturally leads by example. However, like Eben Etzebeth, he will be 35 at the 2027 World Cup, which makes him unsuitable as a long-term captain. Du Toit remains an invaluable leader within the squad, especially for guiding forwards, but the armband is better suited to a younger long-term candidate. Jasper Wiese is known for his intensity and fearless style of play, making him a player who can inspire teammates in tough moments. His physicality and presence in the pack naturally command attention. However, at 30 years old, he might not be the best option for long-term Springbok captaincy. Wiese remains an important leader within the forwards, supporting the captain and vice-captains, but the armband should be passed to a younger long-term candidate. Sacha Mngomezulu is talented, confident, and has shown natural leadership at youth levels, which makes him an exciting prospect for the future. Many fans would love to see him captain the Springboks after Siya Kolisi or following the 2027 World Cup. However, without senior captaincy experience, taking the armband too soon could interfere with his development as a player. A sensible path would be to first prove himself as a vice-captain during the 2027 World Cup, learning from Kolisi and the experienced leadership group. Handré Pollard is an experienced and calm tactical thinker, capable of guiding the team through high-pressure moments. At 31, he's not a long-term captain option, but could serve as vice-captain or a backline leader during the 2027 World Cup. However, with strong competition for the fly half or backline roles from players like Sacha Mngomezulu and Nche, his starting position isn't guaranteed. For now, he remains a valuable leadership presence and could mentor younger backs while providing stability in the squad. Kriel is a disciplined and respected Springbok veteran with previous captaincy experience. At 31, he isn't a long-term solution for the armband, but he's perfect as a vice-captain or backup leader during the 2027 World Cup. His experience and calm presence can help mentor younger players and provide stability to the leadership group. Kriel's role is crucial in supporting the captain and ensuring continuity as the team transitions to its next era. Damian Willemse is a confident and fearless playmaker who brings creativity and composure to the backline. At 27, he's young enough to grow into a long-term leadership role for the Springboks. However, positional considerations matter. If he plays fullback, he may be too far from the forwards and key decision-making areas. His captaincy would be better suited if he plays fly half or inside center, giving him more influence over the game. He could serve as a vice-captain during the 2027 World Cup to gain experience, preparing him for a long-term captaincy role afterward. For the 2027 Rugby World Cup, my recommendation is to keep Siya Kolisi as the main captain. He brings unmatched experience and leadership, while the vice-captains, Eben Etzebeth, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Kriel, Damian Willemse, and Ruan Nortje, form a strong leadership group to support him. This ensures continuity and allows future leaders to gain experience under Kolisi's guidance. After the 2027 World Cup, the Springboks will need a new long-term captain. My top options are Ruan Nortje, Sacha Mngomezulu, if he can prove himself as a leader during the 2027 World Cup, and Damian Willemse. Personally, I believe Ruan Nortje is the ideal choice. He has experience, consistency, and the right age to lead the team well into the next World Cup cycle. Of course, this is just my personal opinion, and I'd love to hear yours. Who do you think should captain the Springboks after 2027? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth Springbok debates and rugby insights, right here on Nche Pro Rugby.